Welcome back to the 90% podcast, guys. I'm your host, Tyler Matthews. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Today we have a good friend of mine and a very special guest, Avery Tucker. How you doing today, Avery?
Thanks. Yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. This is cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Let's get it. So, actually, I was just thinking about this right before we started. I've known Avery probably for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Definitely.
I actually started training as an athlete when I moved to Brevard County from Miami. And I went to a place called Parisi where Avery was, I think, getting started in the training industry, right?
Yeah, that was where it started.
Oh, yeah. That's where it all started. And I actually was training with him. So it's been cool to see kind of your growth and where you've come from and just the evolution of your training and everything like that. And
Thanks.
as well as us staying connected.
I say likewise to you, man. Likewise.
Yes, sir. So just tell us about you. Who is Avery Tucker? Where are you now? Where are you trying to go? Everything like that.
Local. I was born and raised Sally Beach, went to Sally High, played basketball there. And that was kind of where all this kind of really ventured out from initially. Right? Because coming up on Sally, my biggest goal was to play college basketball. That was like it was hit or miss for me. It was like I must have that happen in my life, at least one. You know, 1 year, if I can make it out, that'd be great. And the background of my training really comes from having that kind of push, because I wasn't like your naturally gifted athlete. I wasn't naturally quick. I couldn't jump really high right away. You know, the only thing I really had was fundamentals and skill set. So to me, like the training I do now, it just really branched from there.
For sure.
You know,
So did you end up playing college basketball?
I played 1 year at Indian River State College.
Cool.
Yeah, went down there for 1 year, got to play a season actually, and it was. Got to outlive the dream, you know, for the one season, you know, and it was really cool. Blew my ankle out down there. That was kind of where the basketball kind of fell out, but I got to experience it, which was what I needed.
Exactly. No, you reached your goal,
yeah,
right?
so I got there, and that to me was I was able to walk away from the sport happy. So
for sure.
Cool.
And then it sent you on the direction of what you do now. So
exactly.
Obviously it was worth it. So you played that year of college basketball, and then did you hop right into training, or what was the transition?
No, there was definitely a transition period. I mean, I spent since you're like 11, 12 years old, you spent 12 years die hard, just all ball his life, you know. And I mean, I think that happened at first it was like, you know, it was like heartbreaking, you know. It was a sport you love, and then for there to be an injury to kind of take you down, you didn't really know what the next step was with this, because that was like your life for so long. So I kind of stuck with school for a few more years. Did a lot of miscellaneous jobs in the area just to kind of keep myself working. Traveled out to California for a year. That was when I came back. I was about 24, 25 years old when I kind of really found what I found about Parisi. Kind of started going through there, and that was where I kind of initially just started the track of like getting myself educated in this like line of work, and really started learning from then on out. That was kind of where it jumped into it.
Sweet. But would you say that the passion was always there for training, or how did you?
Oh yeah, I mean, even when the basketball was done, you know, I kept just kind of training on the back end, you know, working out and things like that was just always something that was part of my life. So therefore, it just maintained. Luckily. Oh yeah. Because for real, without the sport, you know, where was that kind of like edge going to come from anymore? And that definitely just transitioned into training myself to just get in really good shape. I wanted to see myself do movements that, you know, I would see, you know, just I guess healthy people doing, and I was like, I want to be that person. I want to be able to surf.
Yeah. No, you want to feel alive.
I want to be able to go do these activities I want to do, and once again, you know, I mean, that's a healthy lifestyle. Not only are you looking, I mean, people want to look good, right? Yeah, but also like it's very good mentally. You know, I mean, it really does keep you stable. I fully believe in that. You know, dopamine's a real thing, so.
No, 100%. So, 100%. And this is the 90% podcast, so I'm glad you brought that up about the mental side, right?
Yeah,
we call it the 90% podcast because I believe that the game of basketball and life is 90% mental.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, almost 100%. So
almost 100%. Sure, yeah. 90%.
Yeah, I'll take that right there.
That's the fun part about this. So
for sure.
And so let's dive into that a little bit on the mental side, right? So one thing that I know about you is that you're a passionate trainer, right? There's millions of trainers out there, and you can kind of see through who actually loves doing this and who's just kind of doing it because it's a thing to do, and maybe they were just a former athlete, maybe their friends are doing it, whatever, but your passion is there 100%, right? And it's contagious, right? And so what would you say, like, on the mental side of things? Obviously, you're good with the physical side of things, but do you touch on the mental side with your athletes?
Big time, and it's almost it might be easy in a way when I say it. I don't know how to put that, but like when you work with people very consistently, you're really able to kind of just like continually to like knit that sweater. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna have like that one conversation with them that's gonna blow their mind all of a sudden and be like, oh, I had my breakthrough today. It's like about a couple months down the road, understanding that this daily routine, getting into these things that you need to do, just finding ways to spread it out, to stay healthy, to help to reach those goals, that's when the mentality really starts hitting.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think anyone has just initially walked into something and bought in right away.
Yeah.
When things are harder in the beginning, most people tend to want to kind of quit and walk, right? Then you start kind of explaining to them, you're like, no, just give it the first 60 days. Give it this time.
Get over that initial hump.
Get over the hump. See the initial result. Then all of a sudden the bug bites.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because then it's like sport. You start making shots. You start being able to do the moves that you were hoping to be able to do. Then all of a sudden that starts happening. And gameplay comes, and you are enjoying the game more. And now the buy-in's there.
Yeah.
Right? And now it's like, now I want to go even harder.
For sure.
Where do I take that ceiling? Now that ceiling and that ceiling. And you're going to push it, right?
Oh yeah.
But that's just like in the gym. I mean, in the first few weeks, everyone knows sore, you're beat up. Like no one really likes that, but it's part of the process. Then you start being able to be quicker, right? Especially athletes, like, oh, I'm outrunning everyone at practice now. Like, oh, I'm so much faster side to side. No one gets past me on defense. Like, now I'm jumping. Everyone wants to dunk, touch rim. You're like, oh, I'm grabbing rim now, 2 hands. Now you're going to be like obsessed with it, right? Because you're like, soon, give it another couple months, all of a sudden you start seeing those kids who weren't that athletic. They're dunking now, or they're hitting like their time, their goals, and their 100-meter dashes, their 40-meter sprints, or their 40-yard sprints. And that's just like really where I think the mentality really hits, but it also has to be done with the work.
Yep.
Right? Because
no
one builds the mentality without kind of having the work behind it.
No. And I love that you said that it's not just a one light bulb goes off type conversation. It's that constant, you're building psychological safety with them. Every workout, they feel safe with you. They feel like this is a place where I'm getting better. You're correcting them. They feel the corrections. They feel the strength gains, the speed gains, the technique. Yeah. And then as time goes on, they start to believe in themselves more.
Definitely.
Right? Which is that's ultimately what the mindset that we want for athletes is.
That's fair. I mean, I'll probably start every one of my sessions talking to my kids. Okay, saying what's up to them, welcome them in again, chit-chatting with them because it's a good time as always, But then it's always like, hey, remember that 1% today is everything, Let's go get that 1% today.
Exactly.
Right? Because then you learn to do that multiple times throughout the year. I mean, your growth is going to show. But it takes that one day and just understanding 1%. It's not going to be 100% today. But we're working towards it. And if you stay consistent with it, which is the biggest thing, you're going to make it to it. It's going to happen.
So let's say I'm a new athlete and I want to train with you. Well, before we even get into that, what exactly do you do? What is your job? What is your training?
I'm a strength conditioning coach over at Control Results now. And I work with, skill of movement, speed and agility, and strength conditioning. So
I like that skill of movement. I don't think I've ever heard it
skill of movement
said like that. It's true. It is a skill to be able to move.
For sure. To learn how to move properly is a big deal. I mean, it's almost worse because nowadays when I ride around town, I see people running. I'm over there like criticizing them. In my head, oh, maybe we could work on that heel strike, all these things. And I'm like, oh, we could think about that. But it's kind of funny because it just initially hits because you do it for so long. But I mean, I look at youth athletes and you look at how they move. I mean, these are young, learning athletes. And not only in athletics, but like just basic skill of human movement. I mean, teaching kids how to and it's funny to say, but at 8, 9, and 10-year-old, 11, 12-year-olds, like watch them do like side shuffle. I mean, you could probably cue them on like 3 different things. You're like, oh my God, your side shuffle is like, to us, it's a very basic movement. To that kid, it might be completely new and not understood. What are they doing with their inside foot? What's the drive leg doing? You're like, what am I supposed to do with my arms? What do I do with my core? You're like, so those little things are like the initial start, which is really where like the youth development is the biggest deal to me. Because at my age group for my program is 13 to 18, and that because those years obviously are like some of their biggest development stages.
13 to 18.
13 to 18, you're talking about like middle school and going into high school kids, and then graduating high school, right? Those years are where they're going to learn, all the fundamentals, and also just once you learn the mentality of the benefits of it. And that's going to transition them into college.
And the habits, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to transition into college and real life. And we learn a lot from all that. But yeah, it's definitely the initial stages with those young athletes. Those are the basics right there. You got to really dominate the fundamentals early, right? Because those don't change.
And so do you only work with 13 to 18 or do you work with younger?
No, we have, I used to have like a bunch younger group. The buy-in for the 13, 18 is a lot higher, right? Younger kids, I've always said, I mean, you guys should just be playing multiple like sports and having a good time with it when you're young, right? Don't blow yourselves up yet about like, oh, I should be doing this at 10 years old. You're like, dude, you're 10, man. Like, go play some more sports and have some fun with it. But like, go work, go to practice and give your best. Strength training for young kids is definitely beneficial because start them young. I mean, I always say start them young. Why not? If they can learn earlier, then it carries longer down the road for them.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, definitely at that age, it's more that I have the program based there only because of the actual understanding and want is there, right? like once
The
you get to
maturity
middle
level.
school, you've made a few teams, you really kind of understand what you want out of it a little bit, enough to say, oh, I'm actually like happy to go to training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was kind of where the adjustments changed, because I did have a younger group. I kind of switched that up in the last couple of years. I kind of took the age group and said that. Now I do have a couple of 12-year-olds in my group, right? And they have to like kind of like pass my maturity test. Like, you know, like come in, I'm like, your kid is welcome to come in. He'll get a trial session, but I want to see where he's at 12 years old. Like, is he capable of coming in here and just working with these older people, or is he going to kind of be like, is it just going to be too soon? Right? Is it too soon for them? Because there's a lot going on. I mean, I'll have groups of like 18 to 20 kids.
Yeah.
And we're doing strength and conditioning. I mean, I'm talking like
sure.
barbells are out, weights are moving. Kids who know what they're doing are just kind of flowing. And, you know, as you filter kids in, you got to take care of that kid more in that point in time so he gets to the level these kids are at.
Absolutely.
So having that all going on, I'm like, you got to be like really locked in. I had to tell them in the beginning, I'm like, hey, like eyes up, ears open, pay attention.
And if
People
you don't
are
see
moving,
that, then
if you're not involved. And yeah, and it's like, so, you know, stages are stages. And I have small groups and I do private stuff. So if anyone's really looking to get that initial start going, I always tell them to kind of go that one-on-one route just for at least the first like month. Let your kid really get that one-on-one attention to learn the basics, because then you can throw them into a group, and if they have that knowledge, then they're going to be good to carry on.
Yeah.
So really there is like a starting stage with a lot of younger kids for sure, where I'm like, hey, like come see me for at least a month, one-on-one work, let's get you right, to where like I can throw you into the group. You know, like a lot of the movements where I say, hey, we're doing this thing, you're kind of like, oh yeah, I remember we did that. Okay, I know the basis of that. So therefore, it's not like you're like a baby giraffe out there, just
exactly.
like bucking all over the place. I'm like, oh man.
And you don't have to worry about them getting injured.
Because I don't need to have that happening in the gym when it's that 1% of the day. We're like, hey, you get better today. I need you hurt today, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Best thing I always said, the best thing an athlete can be is available. So
the best ability is availability.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, there you go.
And where was I going with that? So 18 to 20 is your groups usually, and then
so 13 to 18 is like my big membership program, right? And that's like the speed and the strength, and that runs
13 to 18-year-olds.
13 to 18-year-olds. That's the membership program, and that's Monday through Fridays at the gym. I run that group. It's a 90-minute session. It runs every evening. So
what time is that at? Like 6 to 7:30?
7 to 8:30 Monday through Thursday, 6 to 7:30 on Fridays.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so what do you prefer as a trainer? Do you like group training more or personal training?
Tough question. The group's really fun because like I'm a, you know, we're in the playoffs now. Miami Heat fan. Culture always wins. You know what I'm saying? So like I love like the group
talk
culture.
A little smack, yeah.
We have a good time in there. There's like, I mean, everyone's in a different sport. There's different ages. There's different spectrums, and everyone's just kind of talking sport. You know, we're in there like kids are warming up. We're gonna talk about what just happened last night in that game. We're gonna talk about it. You know, we're gonna kind of have the kids what are their opinions. You know, let these kids tell me that they think. You know, if that's fun, we enjoy
100%,
that.
Yeah.
We're having a good time. That's what we're here for. But yeah, then again, one-on-one's really fun because, truth be told, like you can really dig into one-on-one. I have a really good time with a lot of my private clients because I'm able to really kind of adapt to them more. You know, based on their sport, what are they really and they're looking for. That one-on-one gives you that chance to take your programming and think, oh, I really can like dial it to just this and really work this. Compared to like when you're working with a group, you know, you're working into the individuals for sure, but you kind of have to try to deliver it to a more of a mass, right? And you're going to give them, from a coach's eye, I think the best thing about running around in groups like you do when you're working in like groups in here, you know, you have like your foundation of what you want. And I'll see a kid who obviously he can't do this. So you have your next step back to say, hey, I need you to go in this corner. I need you to do this for me. Stand still and do this. I don't want you doing that yet, but give it 3 weeks. We're going to get you back
Exactly.
there. And you're the same thing. Movement. You're like, oh, you can't do that move yet. So you need to work on the first step of that move.
Yeah.
Next week, hey, now we had the
so
second
you have
step.
your foundation workout, and then you're able to regress or progress depending upon
and
the
that's
kid.
in the group, which is kind of fun because I think trainers are kind of really put to the test when you're working in groups is your knowledge of everything, and it's really going to be like how quickly can you make that adjustment on the fly. Because you don't have time to take a step back, take 10 minutes, write it down for you. Like, oh, I'm looking at you doing this weird shift. How do we correct that? Oh, I got to go look at how I fix that. You need to kind of have an idea, a cue, and things you've done in the past that work for those things. You're able to give it to them right away, right? So you can deliver, and then we can move on. Because you don't have that time with the group.
Yep.
One-on-one, you have that time to sit down, really look at that one person, write it out more ahead of time, and then deliver. So I think I have a great time with the culture and the creativity in the groups and like just the overall like fun behind it. I love the one-on-one for really seeing yourself create like a program that is going to deliver goals and results to a specific need.
Absolutely.
So really
and
fun
like
way
you
to
said
go.
before, if it's a newer athlete, you're able to get it in more detail with them with that one-on-one time and probably build a deeper relationship from trainer to athlete,
definitely,
right?
definitely.
Before throwing them in a group.
And you have the good time, which is, you know, which I have right now. It's been a fun little sequence of events because I've been doing this now for about like when I started with you way back when, and now since I ventured out more on my own, kind of like working with gyms, but also kind of running my own programs. It's been about like 5 years now, and I think it's cool thing is where I met a lot of these kids at 12 and 13 years old, and now there's this wave of kids that are graduating high school. And I've been going to just multiple signing days and stuff.
That's what's up, man.
And that's like
the best feeling
like
in the world.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you take that, you're just like, man, this is it right here. Like, and it's worth all those 4 or 5 years you did a lot of these work, and you watch these kids develop. One only as just an athlete, it's just like now they're like this grown human. And you have this like, it's almost like looking at your nieces and nephews. I'm like, oh man, we watched you grow up. Like,
And
watch
now
you
they're
become
strong.
who you are.
Yeah,
you're living your dream out, especially when they're signing to go to play like soccer, or soccer, basketball, baseball, whatever football sport it is. They're signing their stuff, and you're super amped watching them do that because like that was your dream when I was young. I mean, my goal was just I wanted to play college so bad that when I see them get their chance and they're signing their day, you know, I'm like everyone's a little coy and bashful. They're signing they're very collected, but you know deep down they're like a duck on a pond. They're like, yeah, dude, you know, like you're pumped.
Yeah.
And I'm pumped for them when I see that happen. And then also, once again, like you said, everything goes to life, and you watch these kids develop just really good responsibilities, great work ethics. You know, they've learned so much over the time. So I'll be speaking out in my group. All my kids have been with me. I'll go ask a question, and they'll like give me like a full-on detailed answer. I'm like, look at that. I'm like, I was like, you don't even need me. Get out of here, bro. Like,
like, you graduated.
You're good. You can go.
Yeah.
So, but it's rewarding. So right now I'm seeing a big wave of that, and it's like kind of that first big wave because of a lot of these people I just kind of watched really go through all of their high school. It's like really happening right now, and that's been like a super cool feeling.
Oh no, for sure. That's got to be that's what you do it for ultimately, right? Is to help them reach their goals, and so seeing that is the greatest feeling for both ends.
Oh man, yeah, big time.
So I know you're big on family, right?
Yeah, big, yeah. Ohana over everything.
Right? Ohana over everything. I like that. You know, I think you taught me that word. I'm not sure, but. And then, hey, shout out to, is it your aunt that gave me that massage the other day?
Oh, yeah. She's back in Hawaii right now.
Man, that was a killer massage.
Hey, man, that's nice stuff over there. You guys can find yourself some massage work, man. I'm telling you.
Shout out. What was her name?
Aunt Janice. Aunt Janice.
Janice. Yep. Sweet.
Yep. She was. I had her work on me while she came in town. She was around me. I was like, hey, man, like, I know you do the sports massage work. I would love some. And
my back is tight, so she made me feel loose.
Good, man.
Let's get it.
Yeah, it's important, taking care of the body. We all know how that is. Yeah.
I feel like every human needs a massage at least once a month.
Oh, man, if you can find a way to do that, you'll be making yourself feel a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Get that corrective work in and keep moving. Man.
So let's do this. I've never done this before, but you pick the next. What are we talking about? What's the next question, or where do we want to take this?
Oh, where we go with this? Let's see. Let's go to the basketball side, man. I don't really get to live in the basketball side as much as I used to more with just training in general. So that's why I love when I come here. I'm always like happy because like this to me is like.
You're getting buckets.
I would be here all day.
Oh,
When I was a kid, man, you wouldn't have been able to kick me out of here. I'd been sitting at your front door waiting. I'm like ready to go, man. Let's do this. Like 6 a.m. What? 5 a.m. I'm here earlier. Let's go. Like, so this place is like a gold mine to me. I'm like beautiful place. So let's see.
It really
so I know I remember when you went up to Michigan to do all this stuff that kind of brought this back to you, right? And that was. I remember I was like kind of chatting with you all through because we're always just kind of texting back and forth about things, but.
Oh, yeah.
Where to go next? Like, what are you going to do?
I just remembered we were at the DBC certification together.
DBC. It wasn't certification. It was like a DBC, the
Principles of a Trainer.
Principles of a Trainer. Yeah, which was really cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I still like kind of follow a lot of those people from that place tightly. A couple of the people who actually met there, I'm still like friends with and actually like chat with all the time. So,
great people.
Meet really good trainers and coaches at places like that, and I mean. Once again, your ability to stay open-minded and let other people kind of teach you is huge. It's not once you think you know everything, you've like basically just completely lost. There's no point in ever thinking
it's crazy.
That way.
The deeper and the longer I've been in the training business or industry, if you want to call it that, the more I learn, and the more I learn that there's no way to know it all. You got to almost pick what you want to know and what you want to specialize in because there's just so much information.
Yeah, there's a lot. You really got to stick to the niche a little bit as much as like kind of like all ones like being open-minded about it is just critical. Yeah. Right. Which when I watch you do your stuff, it's cool because I really like kind of how you work your things. So I see a lot of like just overall like put as like movement like. I know you guys work on technical skill drills and anything, but I see a lot of like really good stuff. But I see a lot of just like one-on-one matchups, and you like guys like play like that 3 dribble work, that 4 dribble work. Oh yeah. Which is like to me like those drills really are the keys.
100%.
I love those because when I was growing up, those were the ones you worked on like solo dolo. Like I would put like 3 trash cans in my driveway, and like I would just work on level 1, work on level 2, work on level 3. Like having that understanding of like what 4 dribbles can do for you. Yeah. Because a lot of these kids get stuck just sitting there with the ball. Boom. You know what I mean? Like you're like, hey. Go. Like, make your move or move on. Like,
no, for sure. That's probably the biggest issue that we see in basketball is just kids want to dribble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll point this out. This is a good thing. If any kids are listening and you want to get better at not dribbling as much, when you catch the basketball, look to shoot it, right?
Square up.
That's my big thing. If you watch Steph Curry catch the basketball, every time he catches it, his feet are ready to shoot, his hands are ready to shoot. And then it's a simple decision for him. If there's nobody in front of him, he shoots it. Or even he can shoot it with people in front of him, obviously.
Triple threat. You got to get the triple threat position.
Oh, yeah.
Catch the ball.
What's triple threat,
Triple
though?
threat.
What do you consider triple threat?
Triple threat, be ready to shoot, move, pass.
So what I tell players is what triple threat is shoot, shoot, shoot.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. All right, I like that. Yeah.
You know, because the reason for that is because how many points do you get if you dribble or you pass?
Nothing on that one.
You get 0, right? So as far as shooting go, you're only a threat if you can shoot, right?
Yeah.
You're not a threat if you can't score. If not,
right. No one's coming out on you.
Nobody's threatened by you.
Out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at least catch it and look to shoot, and then that opens up opportunities there.
For sure. And if you can sell it a little bit, then you get the defender to make that one little shift. Now you're ready to make a possible move, right?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta make them bite somehow.
Gotta make them bite. You reach, I teach.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, sir.
So that's I've noticed that a lot with your training for sure, and it's not just a bunch of just kind of like stand around drills for sure. It's live moments, which is where athletes are gonna learn the most.
Yeah,
you're gonna learn the most, putting yourselves in like realistic situations, and just kind of going through them
and competing.
Yeah,
right. Ultimately, basketball and every sport is a competitive sport. So we can train movement, we can train skills, we can train X, Y, and Z. But if you're not a competitive person, you're never gonna make it. Right.
Yeah,
and that's what I tell every kid. I say, look. The number, or not every kid, right? Some kids are competitive, but a lot of kids that obviously come to us, I think, are lacking that sometimes. They're lacking either confidence, competitiveness, something like that. So that's a mental thing, right? They got to get you. And part of it is physical. You got to get used to banging around and being okay with physicality and really just being the aggressor. I think. Like one thing that I like to say is that offense is not who has the ball. Offense is who's in control. So if I'm the bigger, better defender and you catch the ball and you see me in front of you, a lot of times I'm in control, right? You want to get rid of it. If you see, you don't want to play. Does that make sense? So,
yeah, it does. Yeah.
So like just getting into things like that, I think is fun. Talking with players about that and getting them to understand that you gotta develop that attitude, right? That mindset that I'm going to compete. You might have a little bit more skill than me. You might be a little bit stronger than me, but we're going to go at it, and I'm either going to win or we're going to keep going at it until I lose. You know what I mean?
No, that's like everything, especially on my end. That's what I preach because, that was how I got to play college. I didn't go play college because, like, I was, like, some top stud, I played state college ball, and no disrespect to any level of college sport because, any level is a good level. And I'll tell you what, you go watch some state colleges basketball or state college sports in general, there is athletes.
People have no clue
There's
how good junior colleges can be.
Oh, man. Well, in a way, back in the day, that was almost like the nowadays portal. Like, you went to state college because you had that 1 or 2 years there, and you got a chance to get looked at more. So you got that chance to get picked up elsewhere, and that's what most people went to state colleges for because, they didn't get that chance from the school that they really wanted, or like maybe they didn't get those looks from that in-state and that out-of-state. Where did they want to go? But you have 4-star, 5-star athletes. They're at state colleges, and they're just waiting on that look from those D1s they want. So I remember just playing state college. I showed up for my first practice, and I was just like, "Oh my God, man, what?" I was like, "This is gonna be epic." It was fast. They were big. It was what you never played with around here, and that was the next level, and that's where you wanted to go. Every day it was like, I gotta get to that. So, but shoot, I just got lost thinking about basketball.
We were talking about competitiveness, competing,
yeah. So, and that's something fun at the gym too. So, with our training sessions, even that we kind of try to apply that. And
I was just about to ask you that. Do you?
So with because what we do is we do our warm ups. The dynamic movements, those things. Then we get into our speed and agility, technical skills, and skill of movement block. And then it's we always have some kind of more competitive or more of our block that's going to give us our 95% plus of effort, right? Now we're going to have that one block of all right, we go hard here, right? This is our moment of let's really hit it. It only lasts so long in training because these kids are out there doing a lot of their practices. They're going hard all the time, but we do have to make sure that we kind of take everything we're working on, apply it in a real a competitive fashion, and really make that that nervous system really catch up and stick with it, right? So when we look at basic sprint days, whether it's body weight, whether it's sleds, whether it's resistive movements, we have kids always try to line them up and make them do ways of competing. It could be simply as doing chase down sprints. We'll step outside, 20 yards ahead, put a kid 3 yards out in front, tell them to react on the guy in front. Now the guy in the back's just trying to play catch up, while the other person in front's not letting them catch them. And I mean, you're gonna run hard there. You have no choice.
Yeah. No,
And,
without being cued, you'll
being
run
cued,
hard.
I could laser you all day long and say, oh, run for your best time in the laser, run for this. But I'm like, hey, chase that man down. Chase that man down. You're gonna have a good time with that. And that's just gonna make you work really, really hard, right? So competing, doing drills like that, like mirror drills, making kids react with each other, putting them like you do, like out in real actual moments of like play, actually use the skill and possibly like completely fail because someone beat you.
Yep.
Good. You know,
You'll learn
good.
from it.
Have that happen. You need that. Every athlete needs that. So definitely need to compete in your daily like life for sure, because that's where you're gonna tap into like you're gonna tap into that like 95 to 100% effort. You're really gonna give your shot, and you're also going to really learn a lot about what you're capable of. And also, I mean, friends should be ready to push each other like that. I see teammates all the time kind of like holding off on their teammate. I'm like, no, man, you do that. You just burn him.
Yep.
Burn him. And then look back and give him a little laugh. Like, it's cool. It's fine. But he should know, I got to keep working because my guy's out here beating me, and I got to be as good as him.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're just going to give them that, like, oh, like, hey, I want you to be nice to you. Like don't be nice. Like, just be helpful. If you're not helping them by pushing them, then they're not getting anything.
No, exactly.
Like,
that's what I tell players in here all the time, too, is that we'll have a player that's not as good as another player play each other. Good. And I tell the better player, don't lighten up on it. And then you're building the habit that when the team is weaker, I play weaker.
Yeah.
No. At all moments, show them how good you are and show them how much better they need to get.
Definitely.
And that's how they'll get better, is getting I actually saw PJF, Paul Fabritz on Instagram, PJF Performance.
Yes, I do, yeah.
So he posted something the other day that I really liked. He said, to get fast, you got to see fast, right? Like, if you're training by yourself, obviously you have yourself as reference and a timer and different things like that. But if you really want to get fast, you have to get around fast people. And when you get around fast people, then you start to see the patterns over and over and over again.
For sure.
And your eyes just adjust different. You know what I mean? Same thing with basketball. If you want to get better, you got to play against better people to realize how much stronger you need to get, how much better your footwork needs to get.
100%. You got to surround yourself with what you want, and if you're not surrounding yourself with what you're looking for, you're never going to see that next level. You're not going to know where you want to go.
Yep, I love that you just said that. You're not going to see that next level, because that's really what it is. It's everybody's winning at the current level that they're at, right? Or else they wouldn't be at that level, right?
Yeah.
So they're
if you want to stay here and be like mediocrely good at your level, like that's fine, but I want to be good at a top level.
At the next level,
right? I can be the best at a mediocre level. Now I'm gonna go to the best level. Now I'm not that good anymore, but now I have to level up. Right? So you can choose to stay there, or you can choose like I need to go up, and that's like the decision you make as an athlete.
For sure.
It's on
and
you.
And as a human, I think that's in life as well,
100%.
right? Is like there's levels to no matter what aspect of life you're looking at, whether it's relationships or finances or whatever X, Y, Z. There's probably another level that you can see, but you're not at. And then once you get there, then it's a matter of, okay, am I comfortable? Do I want to stay here? Or can I see the next level, right? Do I want to go there?
That's the word right there, man. Comfort's a drug. Don't get comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Comfort's too big of a drug. Don't get comfortable there. Always be ready to move.
Stay moving. Objects in motion, stay in motion.
Objects in motion, stay in motion. I like it. Yes,
so where you're currently at Control Results, what's the goal right now? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself really honestly developing a really good relationship with Control Results. I like what they got going on there. I love the mixture of things. I like the employees and the people I'm meeting. And I just can see that with them and myself kind of together, there's definitely a really big chance for growth and development. And I really want to see just continue to use that, because once again, you surround yourself with other people, you'll continue to learn more. And having that behind me as well is going to be like another nice big motivational step for myself. And I'm excited to see, where that can really run off and where we can really like kind of help each other out and look to really build just overall what we're looking for, which is, good programs for people to want to be healthy, and good programs for like the youth to really help build themselves and become the better athletes that they want to be.
Absolutely.
So, definitely.
And so do you see yourself being a performance trainer for life, or what's the goal? Like, do you want to stay in the performance training realm, or what do you think?
I'd love to. This job is fun.
It's almost like not even a job,
exactly.
right?
When I'm going to work, I'm amped about going to work. I'm excited. I'm enjoying it. I'd love to see it continue. I'd love to see myself able to kind of continue to push this, and that's definitely where now it's looking at more of like who can I work alongside, who can help push me as well, because no one can do anything alone. It takes a team. It takes people behind you to help you. If you don't have your friends, your family, and these people you surround yourself with, where are you really going to go? No one does it alone. So having that is definitely the biggest next step for me. That's definitely kind of where I've made this step and kind of why I took it. And that's, to me, is what's going to help alleviate myself and, you know, hopefully the program itself to be able to have the
100%.
next level.
Yeah.
So
What I think of when you say that is delegate to elevate, right? Like if you try to do everything yourself, you can't elevate. You know what I mean? You got to start giving things up and trusting other people and joining teams and trusting that other people can do what you can also do, and you guys can help each other. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
I like that.
so I
Delegate, elevate. I like that for sure. But it's huge. Very critical.
yes, sir. All right, so I'm getting the green light that we got to wrap this up. So let's do this. Let's go speed round of, we'll say 5 questions, all right, that I'm going to ask you, and then we'll call it a wrap after this.
Okay.
All right? Unless
All right.
we'll go some final thoughts after.
No, you can throw it out.
Quick speed round. Who's your favorite athlete of all time?
Ooh, favorite athlete
Current
of
or
all
past?
time. Favorite athlete of all time, current or past. Pound for pound, Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson?
AI.
Okay. Favorite sport that is not basketball? Favorite sport outside of
Sport that is
basketball?
not basketball. Let's go. Favorite sport not basketball. I mean football. Football's great.
Football, okay. Let's go. Who is your, when you think of like role model, who is your 1 or 2 top role models right now in your life?
2 top role models. Ooh, man. 2 top role. Who people you look
Or
at
people that
too?
inspire you, maybe.
Oof.
Could be family, could be a celebrity, could be a friend or
I was
a
gonna
mentor.
say, man, mom's got a top spot, man. My mom's tough.
I met her the other day
My mom's
at your
tough,
house.
man.
So
She's done a lot of cool things. So that lady, I'm like, you're a pretty badass woman. Like I like it. So like my mom definitely takes the top spot. That's for sure.
my mom probably does too.
Like let's be real.
Yeah.
Shouts to all the moms, man. Shouts
yeah.
to all the moms. So we'll give her that one. We'll give her it.
Cool. Zach, you got a question? Speed round question? Who's going to win the NBA playoffs?
NBA playoffs. Who's going finals? Bro, it's Miami Heat.
Miami Heat, I
all the
love
way.
it. Heat all the way.
Hemi buckets, baby.
Hemi buckets.
How many games? Let's see. We're gonna be playing the. We're going to the finals. It's gonna be. It's gonna be Heat. We're gonna be taking on. Oh,
Don't be wrong. This is
I
recorded.
know, right? We're gonna go Heat. Oof. We're gonna be taking on.
The Warriors?
I don't know, man. You see, the Lakers got that win last night. Lakers got that W last night.
I just don't think you can count out Steph Curry.
You can't
he looks
count
like he's
Steph.
having too much fun
Can't
right
count
now.
out Steph. So, yeah. I don't know. It'd be fun. Let's see. I'd love to see the Heat Lakers because I want to see a Jimmy
Hey,
LeBron
man,
matchup.
that'd be huge.
I
Heat,
want to see a
Lakers
Jimmy
for the
LeBron.
finals.
I want to see that matchup on the wing big time.
Sweet. All right, we're going to call this a wrap right here. What was this, Zach? Episode 15, 14? 13. I was
Nice.
very close. Episode 13 of the 90% podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Real quick, Avery, any final words on just any inspiration for parents or athletes that may be watching this, where they can find you, and just any closing statements that you may have?
Find me out at Control Results, right? We'll be running our program there, and if there's any way we can help you, please just give us a shout. Come in, chat with us. We'll love to help you and put you in a good direction. And stay day by day, work after workout, right? Just stay with it. Consistency is the number one thing. If you can stay with it, that 1% every day is a real thing, and it adds up. Don't look at the big picture and just think how great that picture is. Start looking at how you can get to the end of that road and just think bit by bit, all right? Day by day.
Love it. Have a goal is what I'm hearing there.
Yes, sir.
Have a goal and reach it. Exceed your goals.
Amen.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you again, Avery, for coming
Thank you,
on.
baby.
Really appreciate it.
Love
This
it.
was a fun episode.
Heck yeah.
We'll have to bring you on for a round 2 another time with maybe a more. Today we bounced around, which was fun, but maybe we'll have a more specific topic next time for
Sounds great.
either athletes, trainers, parents, something like that. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Stay tuned for more. Follow us on the social medias at 90% Podcast and Fast Phenom Training across all platforms. Thanks a ton for your support, and shout out to Zach behind the camera. Thank you.